fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back to the semifinals of the SC2 portion of the SC4ALL tournaments, the big offline event happening in Philadelphia. We are back, we returned, and we are nearing the end of the broadcast. We have our semifinals here to determine the top two players of the tournament. Percival is patiently waiting for the winner of the series. Will it be Trigger, will it be Mixu, will it be a Protoss or a Zerg? We are here to find out. Let's go. Let us go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the orange Protoss representing Basilisk. It is a Trigger. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Finnish Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing himself, currently teamless. It is a Mixu. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvZ. And again, the players have been patiently waiting this entire time. It was an intense and longer semifinals for the Brutal portion, but now here we have returned. And my eyes are mainly on Mixu. Coming into this Trigger, he was the heavy favorite to win the entire tournament, but there are some key players that can bring him to his knees, and I'm curious to see how Mixu compares. Mixu has had an amazing run so far, making it to the semifinals, had some crazy upsets on his way to the semis, and we'll see if he can do that again. We'll see if he can pull off another upset. We'll see if he can bring it to Trigger. Let's go. My eyes are on Mixu. For now, Hatch Gas Pool. Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener out of Mixu. We do see Trigger just going for a gate expand, going for a standard opener himself. We are going to be settling in. Welcome to Pylon. Pylon is known for aggression, known for shorter games, I should say, as the third and fourth bases are a lot more exposed, and the rushes by ground is much shorter here on Pylon, and this goes both ways. Now, because of that, our eyes are going to be on Mixu. We do expect to see a 3-base all-in out of our Zerg player. 3-base all-ins are very common and very trendy, especially in the current meta. That's what we're leaning towards. We'll see if Mixu does indeed cut workers at 3 bases, or if he does take up in a different way. We'll see. For now, though, we are going Hatch Gas Pool. Likewise, Trigger, he's not really one to deviate too much, so we should be expecting a Stargate opener, Stargate into a third base, Oracle into +1 and Blink is what we're expecting out of our Protoss. It's really up to our Zerg player to vary things up. Here we go. What has Mixu been eating, Pappy? Let's go. Yeah, in recent times, like, he's been spiking up and has been getting some really surprising and really solid results. So happy to see him doing well here. And we'll see if we can go further. Here we go. We'll trigger Pylon Mixu with Pylons on Pylon. Vámonos. Oh, the puns. As that does get into natural, gets 1 drone kill so far. Does get the 1. Does shade out. So Stargate back and over Trigger. Stargate into the Oracle, into a third expansion. Again, everything's looking normal so far. And it's up to Mixu to keep up with the Adepts. As the second Adept has arrived, 2 Adepts taking 1-shot drones. They can threaten even more. As the Mixu, he does move out with those Lings. Adepts take him into the shade. 1 more drone goes down. Gets 1. Oh. Just the 1 as long as that does fall. Lings, they get across. Link speed kicks in. We have +1. Sorry, we have the Evo Chamber on the way for Mixu. This should be for +1 melee. So Mixu is going for a very Ling heavy composition. +1 melee typically leads into Ling Hydra. As the goal should be to skip roaches. We could still play it safe and get a safety roach warren, but there it is. Melee is on the way. Going into Mass Ling. Meanwhile, Twilight Council out of Trigger. And we're expecting a Forge. There we go. Forge on the way, +1 and Blink. Again, everything's very meta so far. Everything's very meta. Everything's as it should be. So far, so good. Oh. As the Oracle dips in, gets one, gets two drones. Two drones do go down. Oh, getting up to three. Yeah, 3 drone kills. Nice damage here by Trigger. Mixu does go for the Bane nest, so he's going Ling Bane initially, Ling Bane then into Hydras. This has been a lot more trendy this patch because of the buff to the Banelings. As Banelings do have extra HP, and that means there's a higher chance that they will survive engaging into an army and pushing into the High Templar. So Ling Bane is a little more viable, much more than it used to be. So we have our lair follow-up. Trigger makes his way across the map, but there are only 5 links to defend. Uh-oh! And if they commit. Yeah, it does commit in. Boys are being pulled. Yeah, they have to be pulled away. And this is getting a bit out of hand here. 2 drones going to be going down. Denied mining. Oracle towards the 3rd base. Gets 1 more drone. As 5 workers go down in total. 5 drone kills. Mixu losing 10. And so far, better trades for Trigger. He has had better trades, and we're still building up towards Blink. Until then, Trigger, he's going to be staying back at home. He can move out a little bit earlier, especially if he has momentum, especially with these Oracles to support, and here he comes. Now, this is risky, as there's no Blink, so this army is very vulnerable to surrounds, to Link surrounds, but that's what the Oracles are for. They're here to support, here to maintain those Stalkers. Lings, they don't get a probe. Trigger moves in. Does catch one of the Overlords. And Mixu, he's in trouble here. His 4th base is vulnerable. Massling is coming in. That's what the stasis is for. Speaking of... Oh! Does pull away in time. Nice control by Mixu. He pulls away. Blink is now done. The Oracles, they barely back up. And Trigger just keeps on pushing forward. He does have momentum. He wants those queens. Oh. Links away. Still rallying, still warping in. Again, we spoke about this earlier, but Pylon is the smallest map of the map pool, shortest rush distance by ground, so you can just warp in back at home and walk across, and you'll get there quite fast. I mean, you just keep going. It doesn't take long at all as the reinforcements, they have arrived. And nice wing control. The links are all falling. And Trigger, he may have just done it here. As he takes out another queen. Another queen goes down. We have charge as a follow-up. Getting to +2. Charge. 4th base is on the way for Trigger. Oh no! Oof. Whew, barely pulls away in time. It does pull away. As we're getting into this, yo, a big shout out to the Soul Flats. Thank you so much, Pappy. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. And also a shout out to I Stand for also giving the Soul Flats a gifted sub as well. Thank you, you. Thank you both, Pappy. Gracias, gracias. As again, Trigger's been trading well, waiting for his follow-up. And Mixu, he survives. He does hold, he does save the expansion, but economically he's behind, right? He falls behind economically. He's pushing out with his Ling Bane. He is not droning, and he may just commit into an all-in. Yeah, Banelings are morphing on the right-hand side. Yeah, Banelings on the right, Ling Hydra on the left. Storm is only just now starting. Lings, they're getting on top of the 4th. Pylon goes down, depowers the gateways. Sorry, depowers the cannons, I should say. Oh, but he cannot take the head-on fights. Banelings, they roll in. No reaction! Yeah, delayed reaction by Trigger. 15 probe kills. Nice damage so far by Mixu. But Zealots, they get across the map. They distract. Hydras are exposed. Oof. As Trigger does chase. And on the one hand, Trigger did lose 16 probes. True, he lost a lot of workers. At the same time, though, Trigger has a massive army. Did we contaminate? Jesus, Storm is still not yet done. We must have had a contamination there. But Storm is heavily delayed. And Mixu, the rallies continue. Mixu is getting a little bit desperate here. Does get a High Templar. Templar goes down. Banelings, they will... Oh, not finish. Yeah, Yeah, they don't quite finish, and Trigger is soon going to push. It does get a base across the map as well. Hatchery falls. Mixu down to 3 bases, and remember, Mixu, he was already all in to begin with. He still has not drawn in quite some time. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for Mixu. And Trigger, there's no pressure. Like, he doesn't have to push. Doesn't have to attack Pappy. He can just chill. There's the recall. Yeah, recall's back. Building up more of an army. Also, thank you so much, Ice for giving us up to TRZY. Ah, Shema, Papi Shema. I'm pretty sure there's a correct way to pronounce that in Polish. I can't do it. I can't. But thank you, thank you. Shema, Papi. Yeah, and GG gets called. The damage is far too great, and Trigger, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, a very comfortable game here for Trigger, but as we mentioned, a lot of it came down to the map itself. We did mention at the beginning of this game, of this series, Pylon is known for aggression, and Pylon favors aggression, and Trigger, he was in the face of Mixu, and he did not back off. Like, Trigger, he was trading so well, picking off Lings, Queens, Hydras, Banelings, getting to bases, and even though initially Trigger didn't kill the 4th base, it didn't matter. He was still out trading Mixu, and Mixu was also keeping himself on a low drone count because he was going all in. Meanwhile, as Trigger was trading, he was expanding, he was making more probes, he was getting further and further ahead. GG. GG, well played. Trigger takes the first game, and now we're getting to game number 2, and we'll see if Mixu can begin that comeback as we're going to be loading into ley lines. Loading into ley lines. This is a slightly larger map compared to Pylon, but it's not the most defensive. It's not like a Tokamak or a Maganatha. Not as large as Incorporeal. It's a little bit more middle of the road. And we'll see what we go for. Honestly, we could see something similar from Trigger again. Like, there's no reason not to. There's no reason not to open Stargates, get into Blink Aggression, and then into denying the 4th base. As we mentioned before, the pressure is mainly going to be on Mixu to mix things up. But let's go. Let us go. Hola a todos. Hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? DJ Morales, papi. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Bienvenidos. Oh. But looks like we need a moment. We do need a moment here before we do jump in. Un momento. As we're getting into game 2. When it comes to what Mixu can get into as well, I mean, we could see some Roach heavy play. That's also like a viable option. Getting into a 3-base saturation, as you saw, was looking a little bit difficult, but that's also exemplified by the map itself. So this should be a little bit of an easier map for Mixu. You should have a little bit less kind of pressure on him. Assuming the Trigger goes for the same style. We'll see. We shall see. So loading into game 2. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Basilisk, leading the series 1-0. It is Trigger. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. We have the Finnish Zerg. It is Mixu. Here we go. As we are getting into that second game. From here, we're going for a Hatchcast pool. Again, welcome to Ley Lines. Ley Lines is one of the more kind of like quote-unquote standard maps in the map pool. Not as defensive, not as large as some of the other maps. Likewise, not as small as Pylon. So we often do get a lot of variety on Ley Lines. Sometimes shorter games, sometimes longer. And again, the pressure is mainly on Mixu here to vary things up. Last game, he did go for a pretty standard build, going into plus on melee, into Ling Bane, into Hydra play. See if we do it again. Likewise, as a reminder, after this series, we have the Brood War Finals. It's going to be, I believe, a best of 7 between Striker and Gypsy. I'm going to be looking forward to it, especially because it looks like Gypsy does play a very different style compared to Artosis. Like, we saw a lot of mech out of Gypsy previously, so we could see some mech against Striker. Which hopefully does force some different play out of Striker as well. As we saw just 2-base Muta into Fast Hive every game. Every game. Rinse and repeat. But it was interesting seeing casting some Brood War. It was interesting. I didn't realize how much casting StarCraft Evolution helped. Because there's so much. I mean, obviously, because in SE Evo, like you have a brutal race there, and it plays very similarly. I should say the strategy, the overall strategy is very similar. The composition, the build. There was a lot of familiarity there with SE Evo. That helped. Obviously, I know nothing about the maps, so it was a little bit. I can't really speak to like what they're known for, what they favor, certain aspects of the map either. Like that's where like a veteran of Brood War has a lot more to say. I'm just there to enjoy it, Pat. But now Trigger does get a third. Ooh, Shay's into the middle line, gets 2 drones already, but looks like only 2. Thank God. Barely does miss target towards the end there, so only 2 drones go down. Could have been so much worse. And this time we do have a cleaner start for Mixu. Remember, last game, I want to say that Trigger was able to get 5 drone kills. I mean, it was the Adepts in conjunction with the Oracle. But here, nowhere near as much damage. Okay. Meanwhile, once again, Eva Chamber at a Mixu, going into plus on melee, just like last game. So going into Ling, Bane, Hydra. Making the assumption that we're going into Banelings again. We'll see if he skips it. Also, what's happening in the chat? Jesus. Oh, no, Panka, por favor. We're here to watch some StarCraft. We're here to enjoy some StarCraft. SC4ALL even. True. If you two are going to be discussing, I don't know, the price of rents and the economy of Australia, take it to DMs. Take it to DMs, papi. Message each other. It's not what I want out of our chat. Killing time, kill time in DMs. Oh. Trigger does get into the mineral line, getting 6 drones already. 7, what? I say 6. 8 drones going down. We mentioned earlier that Mixu, he had a bit of a cleaner defense earlier against the Adepts, less so against the Oracles here. 8 drones going down. Oracles, they get away, and Trigger has a very comfortable start. Behind this is going for a faster tech though. Last game we saw a gateway explosion alongside +1 and Blink, which led into Trigger being more aggressive. This time, faster tech, he's being less aggressive, warping in less Stalkers in favor of what? In favor of faster Storm. So Storm is going to be on the way here for for Trigger. He's going to be less aggressive, and Mixu this time is investing into roaches. Do you have a roach? Never mind. I was going to say, we have roaches on the way getting into Ling Bane Roach Ravager, but no, we have a hidden Spire. On the one hand, this has a lot of potential, 100%, right? If Trigger fails to scout, mutas can pop off. I'm just a little bit concerned about the Storm timing. I'm afraid about the first push from Trigger, and I'm afraid that might hit first. Yeah, High Templar, they're gathering energy. Oh, nice round though. Lings, they get on top of the Stalkers. Blink is not yet done. Nice timing here by Mixu. He gets in, comes in for the surround, and is looking to force a cancel. Ooh, gets a kill! That should not have happened. Nexus does fall. Massive pickoff. Okay. And by killing the expansion, Trigger is going to be stuck at home. And the Spire's going to finish. The Spire's going to finish. Muta's going to be on the way. Este Mixu. Yes, Trigger has been slipping up a little bit here. The wall is not a wall. We do see Link slotting into the main. Likewise, it's another kill in the cannon. Trigger, he will defend his main. But mutas are on the way. And what do we have at home defensively here? We have Storm, we have a couple of Archons. There's only one Stalker. Anti-air is very limited. And despite losing all those workers, Mixu does recover. Mutas are now popping out. I believe Trigger, he has not seen anything here. Didn't see the Spire, has yet to see the mutas. Despite that, Trigger is pushing. Uh-oh. Trigger a little bit Trigger happy, throws down 2 Storms. Remember, Storms are limited. Mutas, they come in from behind. Oh! They reveal themselves. They get 1 High Templar. And they do pull Trigger back. But again, now he has some time to react, to respond. These mutas, they won't get too much done. And Trigger's going to be stuck at home defending. He's going to be defending back at home. Lose 7 probes. So far, he's up to 7 High Templar. Phoenix is popping out as well, and I'll be honest, this muta play, I mean, it hasn't really been too successful. Does get some economic damage, but Trigger, he's ready. And Mix is coming in. Stasis goes off. Yeah, Links are being shut down. Roach is going to be zoned away. Still a lot of Roaches. Another Storm connects. Yeah, the Storms have been brutal. High Templar, they pull back. There's still, what, 4 more Storms? Jeez. That's still a lot of Storms. And initially, Trigger's holding. Trigger, he does hold on. And Mixu, he's not running. Mixu's going to cut workers at 76. 20 more Roaches in production, and Mixu is going for the kill. He's going for a mass Roach all in. He's not teching. We're not taking up into Hydras, no Lurkers, no Hive, just pure Roach. And Storms are good, but eventually we're going to run out. Yeah, he's running out of Storm. Jeez. He's running out of Storms. Mixu going to keep rallying in. Does rotate over towards the natural. It's a little High Templar, but he needs time for Storm. Gonna land 1. I mean, the value from the Storms is crazy. The value of that. The Immortal pops off. High Templar goes down. Once again, Trigger, he holds. The Storms have been impressive. Trigger is holding, is defending. He doesn't lose any workers, maintains his economy. But we're not done, because Mixu, he's not stopping. This time warping in Ravagers and going for his next wave, his next push. It's not slowing down. With the help of Biles, with the help of the rest of the Roach Ravager, Queens are welling in as well by getting into the Immortal, and finally, there are no High Templar. There's no Storm, there's no Immortals, purely Blink Stalker. And Mixu should finally be able to break through. Trigger had some impressive defense, some impressive holds, but it should just be a numbers game at this point. And with probes falling, Roach Ravager moving further in. Again, the Stalkers are getting low. Nice stasis. Stasis goes off. That's going to be 19 probes going down. 19 workers. I mean, Trigger, he will clean this up. He will clean this up, but at a cost. Does get another base, though. Does get a fifth. Jesus. Fifth base is getting up. And Mixu finally. Hydrogen. Hydrogen is on the way. +2 is on the way. Burrow and Tunneling Claws. Mixu, he backs off, he's taking up, and Trigger, he is held. Impressive. I mean, again, even towards the end, he was out of his high-tech units, despite that, barely did hold on. No shot. Barely warps in time. Roaches are getting caught out. Oh, these are some expensive losses for Mixu. Rallying into the army, bleeding out more Roaches. These are better trades for Trigger. Trading Zealous for Roaches. And Trigger, he's recovered. He's recovered. Oh, no, Funka. He's like, man, that's crazy. I'm out. As again, Trigger, he has held, and Trigger is getting further ahead at this point. Is going to get supply blocked, but my concern here is the tech. Trigger, he holds with Immortals, with Storm. He has an army that can contest against Hydras. More Roaches getting picked up. And more Roaches going down. Mixu, now he's stumbling his way into Hive Tech, stumbling his way into Lurkers. Again, this is all heavily delayed because of how all-in Mixu has been. And with the all-in failing, that's why you can see Trigger now skyrocketing ahead. As he was able to preserve his 5th base, get full saturation, and again, building up a superior army, a more complex army. To see Mixu going for a split push. We'll take a stasis to the face. We have a couple of Lurkers to work with here, but I mean, Arco and Immortal can work well. And Trigger, he's just going for Sky Toss. Okay. I mean, I feel like he could max out with a ground-based composition the way that he's doing right now and still move out. But alas, Trigger is just going to turtle up, defend, and get into Sky Toss instead. I mean, either one works, I guess. As well, like collapsing on the Hydras, Revelation here on the Lurkers as well. Both of the Lurkers are going to be going down. And the Storms are coming in. Oh. Dazzone. Dazzone with the Storm. Second Stargate's on the way. Oh god, brutal Storms. Yeah, I just have to get out of here. I have to pull back. And here comes the mothership. And likewise, soon to be carriers as well. Yeah, Blinks on forward. I mean, as you mentioned, like if Trigger just reinforced and committed with a gateway composition with a ground army, he could still kill, and he is. Catching out more Hydras. Rotating over. I will say he's only down to 1 High Templar. Without many storms, it's not going to be easy. There we go, the final storm. Connects. Connects well. Trigger takes down the base, rotates up. Boys are being pulled. And we do see Trigger does overextend here. The Immortals should go down, but this is still brutal trades. Losing 11 more drones. At the same time, Zeltse just busts in. They bust into the mineral lines. Hatchery going down. Catching more reinforcements. And Mixu, he may have dealt with the main army, but there's still so much. There's still so much more. And again, Mixu, he was so close to this game. He was so close to breaking Trigger with his all-in. Going Muta into Mass Roach. It almost worked. It should have worked. But again, the storms were crazy. The trades in general for Trigger. Pulled the boys when he needed to. Spleen control was on point as well. And GG gets called. Trigger, he will extend his lead in the series 2-0. GG. Hi. GG, well played. A very impressive game there by Trigger. Again, he was down and out. So we saw just a massive wave of roaches on the way. Mixu, he was up, what, 30-40 supply. And the last Trigger, he barely was able to hold on there. Did lose some workers, but he held on to his base. He saved his fifth. His fifth base did survive after his defense. He just snowballed from there with a better economy and again with a better army as well. As the reason why we called it an all-in for Mixu, after the all-in failed, he fell behind. He struggled to transition into Hive, into Hydras, into Lurkers. I think he only ever had 2 Lurkers in that game. Couldn't really afford much more than that. GG, well played. With that, we do have Trigger taking a 2-0 lead, and now we're getting ready for game number 3. Potentially the final game of the series. I'm hoping we get more of a back and forth. I'm hoping that Mixu can take a map and bring us to a 4th game at least, maybe even into the ace match. But the pressure is on Mixu, and I feel like that last game, it was definitely disheartening. Like that was definitely a brutal game to lose, considering just how close he was to breaking through, right? How close he was to breaking Trigger. It was close, Pappy. It was close. GG. With that, we're getting into Gresvan. Gresvan is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Larger map. We're loading in. I wonder if for Mixu because Percival will eat Trigger alive. I don't know if I would say. I mean, I said before that at least in my opinion, like Trigger was coming in here as the best player in the tournament. I mean, that's how he started the event off. Percival, he was looking quite good, don't get me wrong. He had a very intense series against Geralt for sure. But like for me, like Trigger's like the final boss, and it could go either way, of course. If we get there, I don't want to get ahead of myself. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have the Canadian Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Basilisk. It is Trigger. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player. We have the Finnish Zerg. It is Mixu. Here we go. You never run out of storm. Ah, no. Siempre, papi, siempre. I see Sinistro in the chat as well. Fala galera, papi. Fala galera. Este Sinistro. But here we go. Here we go. Mixu is going hatch gas pool. Getting to his opener. And welcome one and all to Gressvan. Gressvan is one of the older maps in the map pool. Very large map, very defensive as well. We've seen many a longer and later game on Gressvan, and I'm going to be favoring Trigger coming into this with the idea of getting his third base, getting his fourth base, getting his fifth base, building up, turtling up, and potentially working towards Skytoss. Now, what I will say is that Trigger, he's not the kind of player to go for that from the offset, from the get-go. I'm sure he's going to be more aggressive first, but if need be, he will back off, he will turtle and work towards that more late-game composition, as we saw in the last game on ley lines as well. So that's my big concern. I would say that Muta play is viable on a map like this because it's so large. You can get away with something like Spire play and getting into mutas again, but after it failed in game 2, do we do it again in game number 3? Now you could still argue that in game 2 it was still very close, and it was still very close, and Mixu, he almost did break Trigger. The problem though, if your plan is to go mutas into kind of a ground-based all-in, is that it would be easier to defend on Gressvan compared to ley lines. So we'll see what he goes for. I don't know if there's an ideal kind of style to go for here on Gressvan for Mixu. He could just go muta and then switch into Hydro play and go into a longer and later game, with mutas giving him some map control. True. Doesn't have to go for a roach all in afterwards. Oh. Things poke in. They will kill one probe. One probe goes down. Adept was across the map. Nice Raz here by Mixu. He's got 8 more lings on the way. And he's going for it. Okay, we're not droning. Okay, he's going for delayed drone production, so we have drones on the way now, but he did invest quite heavily into these Zerglings. Lings do move out. The Oracle has arrived. And Mixu, he wants that third. He wants the third base. Oh, gets on top of the probe. Probe goes down. Likewise getting on top of the adepts as well. The Oracle does come in across the map. Spore's not yet done. Trigger, oh, a little bit inattentive. Trigger doesn't get in. And this does delay the expansion, and even kills an adept. Gets one probe kill, one adept kill, and again, a very late third base for Trigger. Late third expansion, not bad. So the build and the timing here is a little bit awkward for Trigger. And I would say this is a slightly better start for Mixu. We're still committing. Jesus. 16 more lings on the way. Can he force a cancel? Can he find some more damage here? As time goes on, though, there's a third Oracle. Oh. 2 Oracles do pull away. Getting another drone kill. Yeah, Lynx are spotted. Mixu is getting a safety Roach Warren, and likewise a delayed Evo Chamber as well. So he may go into +1 range instead of melee. We'll keep an eye on him. Oh. As Trigger gets in, 3 drone kills, denied mining, not bad. As he barely shades into the third, killing even more workers. Yeah, 6 drones. The investment into these lings, I mean, it wasn't fully worth it here. Still has a hard time cleaning up. And there's that range upgrade. So plus on range, going Roach heavy instead. Trigger is aware. He saw the upgrades. Saw the later Evo chamber. Mixu is so chaotic here, Jesus. He's gone for so much Ling aggression this time. Hasn't been worth it. Oh. Ling's getting called out. They get one Stalker. They barely get the one. Trigger still rallying across. Blink is almost complete. Mixu, he should have enough to defend with reinforcements. He should be okay here. There are plenty of Zerglings. As another Queen goes down. Gets another Queen. Trigger, he's taking up. We have Storm on the way. Storm +1, charge, getting a 4th base. And Mixu, he is cutting workers. You can see that he does have a 4th base, but he's cutting saturation. Cutting saturation, focusing on Lings, on Roaches. And Mixu's moving out. Oh no! Miss Rally! Gets 2 free High Templar. Very nice. 2 Templar go down. Trigger making mistakes. And Mixu, he commits. As I mentioned before, Mixu hasn't made a drone in quite some time. Just rallying nothing but Lings and Roaches. We do have Burrow and Tunneling Claws on the way as well. And this is going to be a tough hold for Trigger. How many Templar are left? 2. What should have been 4? There's the first Storm. There's the first. Lings, they bust into the natural. It breaks through. Fires breaking through. Queens are waddling in as well. Trigger, he is in trouble here. Bleeding out more Stalkers. Another Storm. Does land. And we have more High Templar coming in. Yeah, there's the NG overcharge. Oof. Another Storm with the Roaches. And Mixu's getting cleaned up. And he did not get into the mineral line. Sure, he broke into the natural, but didn't really achieve any damage here. That was a big loss here for Mixu. He's still not droning, still on 66. He has saturation at the 4th base, but he's just transferring. He's just transferring workers. Now getting a 5th. Still no further attack. Oh. Hello. So we do have those borrowed Roaches. Trigger, did he notice? The graphical change, I mean, on the Roaches. As they are tunneling in. Ooh, Observer's in position. But there are so many Roaches here. The Immortal should go down. There's the recall. Immortal does pull away in time. It does land a couple of Storms. Yeah, Trigger, he will defend. Oh, God. We cannot burrow out of that. Yeah, so many Roaches going down. Mixu throws away so much here. Losing almost every single Roach. That was 27. 27 Roaches for an Immortal, for 3 High Templar. Brutal losses. And remember, Trigger, Mixu's just now droning. Just now droning up. So late drones, late saturation. We spoke about this in the previous game, but Mixu, he was very committed. He was all in with pure Roach. And without killing his opponents, he falls behind. So Mixu does fall behind here. He's stuck with a subpar composition. Meanwhile, Trigger is incorporating more Immortals, more Archons, more High Templar. Oh. Speaking of, does have on the Templar. Pushing out the Archons. Oh, this is still brutal. So the Queens, no! Queens get caught out. 4 Queens go down. Lings get into the main base, also get cleaned up. And Trigger is snowballing out of control. Does move out. Oh. Lacking immortal zone. There we go. Reinforcements have arrived. Plenty of stalkers. There's plenty. And Trigger, once again, just like last game, I would say that Trigger, he can just continue to warp in, reinforce with Immortals, Archons, High Templar, and keep pushing. Instead, Fleet Beacon. Fleet Beacon's on the way, Sky Toss is on the horizon. Trigger is thinking about that Sky Toss. Or at least some other shit. Likewise, roaches they try to commit in. It's a very expensive army here. It's a lot of gas. Invest into these roaches. And he cannot get away. Yeah, there is detection. That is how many? That's another 23 roaches for 8 zealots and 2 probes. Ah, god. The efficiency, baby. Again, roaches, they just don't scale into a longer mid game. They don't scale well. Not like this. Little hatchery goes down. Mixu trying to set us around. Coming in from behind. And this is it. This is his moment. Collapsing the army. Bailing's rolling in as well. Can he get on top of the Templar? Does mass storm. Roaches, they try to break through. They tank the storms. Oh my god. And GG gets called. That's all the Mixu had left. At Trigger, he will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Trigger, he does claim the series, does advance on. Again, Trigger looking, I mean, there were a couple of scary moments, 100%, especially game 2. Like game 2, I can see a world where Mixu could have taken that game. Like Mixu, he was looking ahead, he was looking in form, he was able to distract with the mutas, able to bob off with the massive roaches, he had a massive supply lead, he was pushing in, he was able to take down all the Templar, all the Immortals, the Archons as well, but Trigger, he barely hung on. It was impressive, it was crazy the defense that Trigger was able to pull off. GG, well played. With that, Trigger, he does claim the series, and with that we have our finalists ready for both Brood War and StarCraft II. For Brood War, it's going to be the grand finals between Striker and Gypsy. For SC2, it's going to be the finals between Percival and Trigger. And they are both going to be best of 7s. Oh boy. So we have 2 best of 7s. 2 best of 7s remaining. Let's go, Flappy. Let's go. And it is going to be the Brood War finals first. So Striker versus Gypsy is going to be up next on the channel. It's going to be a ZVT. Meanwhile, big shout out to iStan for gifting us up to Sinistro, papi. Oh my god. Just got back home after indulging some Magic the Gathering tournaments. Of course, I got wolfed at it. Oh my god. I haven't played Magic in so long. Fun fact, I have some friends that they want me to get into what came out. Right, they released a League of Legends card game like this week called Riftbound. I want to say Riftbound. And they're like, papi, card games. I was big in Magic a long time ago, big in Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Played a lot of it, but have stayed away from that. I mean, StarCraft has been taking up all my time. I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll see. It looks very different rule set wise. Looks I was quickly skimming over it, the rule set for it, and it's very different. I don't know if it's good or bad different, just different compared to like Magic or like Yu-Gi-Oh or anything like that. I'm not too into like the League like mythos or anything like that. My friends are much more into League, but yeah, just to hang out and play some card games. Sure. Might try it out. My favorite TCG was the Dragon Ball Z TCG. They can make your wallet disappear quite fast if you are not careful. 100%. Like, that's just because they rotate sets, of course. Like you get new sets, so if you want to compete, you gotta keep buying new cards. Certain cards can get really expensive, so I'm happy just focusing on StarCraft. But somewhere I do have a drawer full of Magic cards for sure. Got a drawer full of Magic cards. But we would mainly like play just like in-house, right? Like some of the most fun we've had is like playing like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 player FFA planes chase Magic. Like that's planes chase Commander Magic. That's okay. Where one of us would have like would have the dice, would have all the planes chase cards, so like every turn it'd be like, you know, destroy everything on the field, or like you can only attack like in one direction or stuff like that. That's what you go for. None of this competitive stuff. Planes chase can be quite wild. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I play non-rotating format. Pioneer. Won a tournament a month ago with 5-year-old deck. Pioneer, isn't that I thought, what was it called? Modern Masters, right? Am I crazy? Isn't Modern Masters like where everything is viable? I don't know. I haven't played Magic in a long time. Been a long time back. Modern is a format. Modern Masters was a line of product that was made for Modern only. Oh, okay. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Got around 1 to 2,000 Magic cards from the 90s. Oh my god. Ahí están. Some of them are probably quite rare. Like there are still formats that use them. I have a friend who wanted to get me into the Magic Online game. I tried playing a little bit of Magic Arena. A little bit of it. It's okay. I'm melting, Bobby. I'm melting. Pioneer is 2013 onwards. Oh, I see. But with that, we're gonna be going on a break. We're gonna be going on a break. All the Magic talk. And when we come back, we'll have the finals. We'll have the grand finals here of the Broodor tournament. So we'll see you soon. We'll see you then. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and we'll see you soon with that ZVT with Striker versus Gypsy.